Hello, I'm Free to Play Warrior and welcome to my World of Tanks series. We're currently looking at the M8A1, the Tier 4 tank destroyer for the Americans. Have a look at research. This currently has the 3-inch AT gun M7, just because the sheer stopping power in this gun is amazing. I'm currently working for the T49. I'm going to be travelling down this road, T49, to the Hellcat, and to the T28, the T30, and finally ending up at the T11 0E4. Some people are wondering why I didn't go for the Wolverine. I prefer the Hellcat over the Wolverine, to be honest. However, it is a bit of a grind in this tank. Because of its speed, it's often used in scouting roles in higher end matches, because the matchmaker decides that's a good idea. Because it's open topped, this section, I've got a medkit equipped. Basically because when you get hit by explosive rounds, you do tend to, because of the size of this turret and the speed you're going, you can lose crew members very easily. You usually end up losing the commander and the loader if you survive the actual hit, because also, open topped, your ammo storage is here. This thing's a absolute feast for artillery, but when that gun gets onto a target, oh, woe betide whatever it's aiming at. 265 hit points. Current weight at the minute is 16.63 tons out of a possible 17.5, so it can take some upgrades. Engine power is 350 HP. Speed limit is 58, so it does make it a very fast tank destroyer. Traverse speed is 40 degrees. Forward armour 29, side armour 29, but is angled here in the shoulders. Rear armour 25, nice big piece, however it is angled, but there's also a rather large section below it. The turret itself has separate armour, with a 38 on the front, making it the thickest part of the tank. So yeah, you're not going to get a shot in through Commander's cupola, and because it is just a flat one, and there's, like in War Thunder's ground forces where there will be crew exposed on open top vehicles, yeah, you're not going to be able to take out any crew unless you somehow manage to get an explosive round onto that Browning machine gun. It's the biggest part right at the front, and also because of these equipment trays as well, there's a few extra inches of armour on there. The side of it is 25, helped again by these rails which will lessen a blow, and the rear is 25. Also, as you'll notice, again, equipment rails there that can actually absorb a round, but at the same time, this is the ammo reserve. If you're aiming at this thing, hit it here, kaboom, turret goes flying off. Its standard shell damage varies between 83 and 138, so quite a bit of variance, and the penetration goes from 76 to 126. So it's capable of penetrating most tanks at its tier and even one or two higher. The rate of fire is 14.29 rounds a minute. Turret traverses very slowly at 18 degrees a second. So you can't circle in this thing, but you've still got the speed on your side to get out of a fight very quickly. View range is 370 meters and signal range is 325. So pretty much anything it can see, it can signal very quickly to the rest of your team. I keep a reserve of 9 HE on this, just for dealing with artillery and also other open-topped American destroyers. Right, so let's get into a match with it. So here we are on Severogorsk, facing two M8A1s versus another two M8A1s, and a very even team this time round. Let's hope it stays that way. I also keep the repair kit because whilst the turret ring in this is very well concealed, as I've mentioned before, it is open topped and some damage does tend to mainly affect the upper section of this tank. The lower section barely takes a hit, and the tracks are, whilst horribly exposed, very quick to fix.
Move out!
As we get up to speed, I really want to get onto this ridge. So what I'm going to do here is turn and follow these other tanks up. Mainly it gives me a commanding field of fire, and I can rain shells down, and I'm also less likely to take a hit to that open top turret. I mean, I may seem like I'm badgering on about it, but it is what gets me killed. If you spot an M8A1, just take shots at its turret, because if you get lucky and get one inside, then you don't have to deal with armour. All your damage is pretty much standard and goes straight through. Here, won't say your name, but basically I'm moving to support this light tank because all I'm expecting is an M8A1. And also, if I've got this angle on an M8A1, I'm just having a fun time. And it does also horribly expose my lower glacis.
Got him!
There's a kill. Oh look, an Electo, an open top tank destroyer. And if he was still there, that's probably done a hell of a lot of damage to him. I'm angled, I'm using this rock as cover, but I can still take a hell of a hit. That's the problem. The M8 can deal out a lot of punishment, but it can't take a lot in return. It's basically a glass cannon. To use a very old Eve and WoW term, it's a glass cannon. It can deal out an amazing amount of firepower, but at the same time, if anything even sneezes in its direction, it just nearly dies from the insult. And there's a massive hit. And there's a kill. That's kill number 2. This is what you should be doing with it. You should be using it just as a sniping vehicle. Get the high ground so that... Oh, you bastard. Get the high ground so... Is he going to be stupid enough to stay there? No, he's not. He's going to head down the hill. That was a good hit. Explosive round. Straight into his... I will not be surprised if we look at the screen later and discover that that was actually multiple crew killed with that shot. Again, you can just see the traverse speed here. Oh look, the enemy's telling us what they're doing. Some careful manoeuvring needed. Can I be clever? Using the fast reload time on this. I mean, the crew aren't even fully trained, so... It's sort of a reload. Hello.
Bail out!
Shit.
This vehicle has had it!
Ah well. That's what I get for missing. And that's a very big gun on that Electo. That's the howitzer, I believe. Let's see how this match goes. No idea what he's doing. I think he's gone AFK. This is actually an even game.
The commander is knocked out!
Oh, he's been flanked.
We've lost some ammo, but at least it didn't explode.
I think that was gold ammo. I'm not sure what he's shooting at, but it's an enemy tank destroyer, so it could be a Hetzer, which are really hard just to penetrate. And there he goes. Enemy's just obviously got a bigger view range than him. Medusa's naming shaming here. They do see her. You're a
The
dick.
rangefinder
You've
took a
gone
hit.
AFK.
We can only
What the
shoot
hell?
close targets.
We could have really used that big gun of yours in the fight. They've got a battle hetzer here. Guy's just going straight for whatever he can.
One
He's
of our
only got
tracks is damaged.
brave man. He's only got 26 HP left, but he's get finishes off there. All we've got left is a Chiha. Not the best tank, I'll be honest with you. Oh, but he does survive the encounter, and we lose to a cap. Let's have a look here, shall we? 2 penetrating shots on the Lee, both of them causing a total of 163, so very low damage rolls to be honest for this weapon. But he was destroyed. The Electo, even though I didn't hit it, I completely disabled its tracks. I knocked out the gun on the T40 with that shot that someone else finished him off. I spotted another T82, destroyed the tracks on the LTP, and took him out with a 20 damage shot. Oh, must have hit something vile. So it wasn't the Hetzer, it was probably T82. And their M8A1 survived. Repair vehicle, resupply munitions. Potential damage received 869, so the armour does work. But when fighting an M8A1, you can see it there. Just aim for the hull. Don't go for the turret, aim for the hull. It's a serious design flaw in it. The way this is angled, you're pulling a penetrating shell through there and the sides, or take a track off more easily than if you go for the hull, because good M8A1 drivers will they'll keep this section well clear. Like I was up high so you couldn't get shots in on there, using the gun depression on this. It's a good tank, it's a good destroyer, especially at level 4. Its speed means it can get into positions that other slower tanks can't, and it's a very good tank to have. I'd certainly recommend playing it if you're thinking about destroyers. So keep your hatches closed and keep your guns loaded. I'm Free to Play Warrior, and I'll see you next time.